My name is Amy Bragg. I'm going into my third year at the University of Alabama. And for this informational interview, I chose to interview my older brother. He just got a job at Cooper Lighting Solutions in Peachtree City, Georgia, as a financial analyst. And so we met over Zoom last week when we both had some free time. And I asked him some questions about his job, his role, and things of that nature. So the first question that I asked Jack was, what makes you successful in the role you're in now? He responded with the knowledge that I gained inside and outside of the classroom and the work ethic I developed at the University of Alabama. So I kind of honed in on his mention of the importance of work ethic because I think sometimes it gets a bad rap, especially from people from other countries who say that people in the US work too hard and are too focused on climbing a corporate ladder. And I think there is some truth to that. I think people in the US workforce have been corrupted by big companies who want to cut costs and maximize profit. And that requires long hours and little vacation. But I also believe that a good work ethic is invaluable. The second question that I asked Jack was, what would make someone a bad fit for this position? He responded with someone who lacks enthusiasm, someone who lacks ambition, someone who shows up to work every day but doesn't necessarily show up to the job. Unfortunately, I have experience working with someone who fits all of these descriptions. And not only is it frustrating for the employer, but it's also frustrating for their fellow coworkers. Having a bad attitude and lacking motivation not only affects the company, but it affects the people around you as well. I try to show up with a good attitude every day because I know that it won't just make my day better, it'll make the days of the people around me that I work with better. I try to keep motivation and ambition for my work because I know that's what will produce the best results. The next question that I asked Jack was, what's been the biggest surprise thus far? He said a plethora of meetings. In part, he was kidding, but at the same time, he was being very serious. I thought this was funny because since I've been in CEA, I have only met with my supervisor once. Now, all the work that I do is individual work, so I never have to meet with other people in the company. And I'm the only one doing finances, so everything starts and stops with me. I do miss collaborating with other people, but at the same time, it's nice to be able to do everything my way and work things out on my own. However, I also work for a much smaller company than my brother does, so it makes sense that he has quite a few more meetings than I do. In order to improve my professional self, I'm definitely going to look back on the things that I learned through this informational interview. I think I'll definitely keep in mind that a strong work ethic is valued, but at the same time, remind myself to prioritize the work life balance. I've learned and developed my work ethic through schooling back home, but being here, I've learned the importance of a life outside of work, both of which are equally important and both of which need to be balanced on a daily basis. I definitely plan on maintaining my positive attitude whenever I go to work because that'll not just improve my own productivity, but the productivity of those around me as well. I definitely plan on remembering the similarities and differences that I've discovered throughout this informational interview between my brother's job at home and my job here. So even though I haven't been able to work with anyone specifically related to my field of interest here in Sevilla, I have many connections back home through my professors and previous employers, and I plan on furthering those connections by attending luncheons, utilizing LinkedIn, and just putting myself out there on a more consistent basis. I think the connection that I've made here with my supervisor is a strong one, and I'm grateful that I've been given the opportunity to work with such a creative person here in Sevilla. Being in the major that I'm in, I don't always get to work with creative people back home. So this has been a really great experience for me.